Fox Marble, which mines high-quality marble in Kosovo and Macedonia, has just updated investors with an increased order book. It comes after it successfully completed a £2 million placing earlier in the year, and previous updates showing an improved pipeline. Chris Gilbert is Chief Executive. He joins us now. Chris, welcome.
Jeremy, good morning.
From the updated report you gave investors just the other day ahead of your AGM, just to outline the headlines, because there's quite a lot of updates here going through.
Yes, our order book is growing. I think, if I remember rightly, our order book stood at something like 2.9 million euros at the turn of the year, and we're now at 4.6 million euros through successive orders that we've won, that we're updating the market as we go along. So it's an encouraging sign of progress. That,
are these orders coming through from new clients, or are they existing clients that are just ordering more of the product?
It's a mix, and one of the components of the order book of the new orders that we announced the day before yesterday is a €400,000 order from Pisani, but who are obviously our existing distributor with whom we have a long relationship, but they are winning new customers. So the order that they've placed is in response to, their order book growing, and some of them we know and some of them we don't know, but clearly it's new business.
Yeah. The other aspect of this release was the update on the factory. We've spoken about this before, and I mean, you've overcome the difficulties that we saw last year and so forth, and it's now moving ahead.
Yes.
How far to completion are you on that particular part of the project?
We think we're a couple of months off completion. We've installed now the gang saws, which are the heart of the factory, which take these big blocks and chop them up into nice slices. The resin line, which is the second of three components in the line that produces finished cut and polished slabs, is starting to be shipped next week, I think, or the week after. And then the polishing line comes in as the last piece of the jigsaw, and then we're in a position to process our own marble, which will be a good day for us.
I said at the top you produce high quality marble. I think white civet, is towards the top end of what you produce, isn't it? And I think you're adding to that stable of options now, aren't you, at the top end of the marble range?
It is. Civet is a very, very well known, very popular marble. It's very strong, it's very durable, and it's beautiful, and it's reputationally everybody wants it. I mean, white marble is always in demand around the world, and it's always scarce, so the supply-demand equation is great for us. But in addition to that, the quarry that we've most recently opened is a quarry in Malasheva in Kosovo. Our civet quarry is in Macedonia, as you know, and the Malasheva quarry produces a marble that we call Illyric white, or Bianco Illyrico, which is a pearly white. It's not a white. And the early indications and responses from the market, and we've just taken it into the market, have been very, very encouraging indeed. In fact, we've already sold some of that. So we're very pleased with that particular quarry.
Where is this ending up? I mean, is it in domestic environments? Is it commercial? Where does it mostly go?
Natural stone is a must-have component of high-end resi, high-end commercial and high-end retail development. So our material can go to any one of those things. The nice thing for us is that it is a must-have component, and once our stone has been selected, and we have lots of reasons for believing that it's very popular, then you're part of a much bigger development, but you're a must-have part. So we like that space.
One of the other things I wanted to talk to you about was the notification of interest in shares. I think you've had recently is a number of fund managers, I believe, that become interested in the stock. Is that right?
We've had a shift in our share register, and that we obviously anybody that wants to buy a share has to buy it from somebody else. But we do see interest developing in our company as of course we develop from being a startup into being a company that's sort of doing real things in a grown-up way. So that's encouraging too.
Where's the company go from here? I talked about this in the context of the vote on the 23rd of June for the UK to leave the European Union. Whether or not that happens, obviously, now seems to be a matter of debate within political circles. But assuming it does go through, how does this change things for you? I mean, Kosovo and Macedonia are not in the EU at the moment, but they are hoping to become members of that European family.
Yes, indeed. I mean, there are so many moving parts at the moment. I'm not sure anybody really knows how this is going to settle from the perspective of being a British company, which obviously Fox Marble is. However, we have a trading entity which is a Kosovan company, and as you say, Kosovo has ambitions to join Europe. Macedonia is now, I believe, an accession country to Europe, as is Albania, so they're on the runway. But we get some benefit from the fact that Macedonia and Kosovo are in a thing called CEFTA, which is the Central European Free Trade Association. And CEFTA has a stabilisation arrangement and agreement with Europe itself. So CEFTA has a free trade arrangement with Europe. So through our Kosovan company, we get to benefit from those free trade relationships that have been built into that part of the world, as I say, part of the stabilisation process. So luckily, we have some flexibility there. From the point of view of the economic sort of reaction to the UK and its position with regard to Europe, clearly there's massive uncertainty here, and clearly we have to legislate for the fact that there will be less development, the construction industry will be less dynamic and less buoyant. But fortunately for us, our product is a worldwide product, and one of the things that we said that we would do this year is put a lot of effort into developing our sales platforms in places like North America and in the Far East, which we're doing, which we're seeing some sort of progress with.
The Bank of England governor on Thursday coming out with a statement to suggest that we could well see lower interest rates here in the UK to try and keep the economy moving, at least. Are you seeing any pressure on pricing? Are you seeing any change in the dynamic, that what people are prepared to pay or offer you, or the way the business is moving?
Not so far, but I would imagine that's going to be a reaction to any kind of downturn in the real estate business, because that's the inevitable consequence. Prices will fall. If they do, with respect to these big developments of residential apartments, particularly within the M25, it's too early to tell, but all of these things are things that we have to consider, because that may very well impact on our domestic business here in the UK.
Yeah. Here we are, first day of the second half of 2016. What have you got penciled in for the second half? Just remind us as to where you hope the company's going.
I think probably anybody that cares about Fox Marble is focused on this factory. I think people will want to see this factory up and running, and that will definitely happen.
Okay.
With the second half.
So you think that by Christmas, when we next speak to you, hopefully it'll be thumbs up?
I will come back, Jeremy, and I think I'll probably announce it here.
Okay, all right, Chris, thanks so much indeed there for joining us. That's Chris Gilbert. He's Chief Executive of Fox Marble.